Recording in
Start
progress.
your engine! Hello, everybody. Nah, I don't see. Like, I don't think it. I don't think it fits. Like, I like it, but I don't think it'll fit with the intro.
Sounded good. Kind of sound
Hello,
like a
hello,
pirate
hello.
driving a car.
I know. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the midday rush. Let's get ready to start our engine. Ooh, I kind of like that though.
Oh. When you're a little under the weather too, you have a little extra edge to your voice.
Yeah, seriously.
Like when you wake up in
my
the
ex
morning.
my
Yeah.
ex always did like my raspier voice, like because I did theater and choir, so I have a really wide range of um like my voice, and yeah, it's I'm gonna try and do a raspier introduction today.
Nice. Game recognized game. I was also choir in theater.
Hey,
Yep.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Same. And musical theater.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I was also
Musical
an
theater was
athlete, so
that was my
like
jam.
Mm-hmm.
I was also an athlete, so I was like a weird mix.
I don't have a
Mm.
musical bone
It
in my
really
body.
was. Because
I
we had
mean,
musical
I
theater,
do know how
football,
to dance
basketball.
as well.
I know how to swing dance.
I would argue
Nah,
you
I
are
know how
very
to break
musical,
dance.
Fluff. Just in a different way.
Do what?
I would argue you're very musical, but just in a different way.
What is that supposed to mean?
Musically declined.
No,
You know?
like you know, when you could say somebody's musical because they come with like a lot of like you're good at the
Baggage?
quips.
Oh,
All right,
Did you say
Fluffy.
baggage?
Fluffy, how are we doing
I
this?
did.
Is it me or you?
are
Go
you-
ahead.
are you
I'll
guys
just
ready?
be here for
Are you
commentary.
guys ready?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get this party started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the midday rush. I'm your host, T-Bone, and start your engines because let's get this party started. Guys, in our very, very first chair is none other than the boss, Roma Nation.
Happy Tubular Tuesday, y'all. Let's get it.
In our next chair, we have the homeless man himself, Fluffy Hoba.
Yeah. Something like that.
And in our next chair, in her second day, we have the goth friendly girl herself, Crimson Catnip.
Konnichiwa, minasan.
We are good. In our next chair, we
Konnichiwa.
have the lovely Elizabeth. How are you doing today, dear?
Hello, you guys. Doing good, T-Bone. How are you?
Not so well, but we will get this party rolling. In our last chair, we have the wise man, the grumpy man, Brian. How are you doing today, good sir?
Don't confuse me with anyone of any importance around here, but I think we got a good show lined up for you, so let's get this going.
Let's start those engines, guys! Roma, hit us with the very, very first article of the day!
That's right, T-Bone. I will never be a skinny man because this is from yahoo.com. McDonald's may consider a $5 value meal as food prices continue to soar.
They caved.
Yes, they caved. McDonald's could soon be lowering prices and possibly launching a new value meal to its menus. The Golden Arches currently offer some individual items on its $1, $2, and $3 menu, but it may be rolling out a new value meal with the McChicken or McDouble fries and drink for $5, as Bloomberg first reported. Now, this should have been done like 20 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah,
When it
like,
first came
who
out.
do they think they are?
Like-
Going up to like $20, $25. Like, yeah, okay, you're the same as Smash Burger. Get out of here.
Bro, I mean,
I mean, it's freaking ridiculous to pay $10 for a freaking quarter pounder meal. I mean,
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh man.
I mean,
no.
think about the shareholders, guys. Think about the shareholders.
As somebody
Hey.
who worked at McDonald's, those burgers only cost them like 75 cents to make.
Oh,
Good
wow.
Lord. The markup
Yeah.
on that is insane.
Yep.
I seen in the comment section, like to this kind of article, when people were like, I'm not going back unless they do something with their dollar menu and make it more robust again, where they bring this back. And like people are scorned. They're like, I don't care. I'm still not going back until they give me what I want.
People are
I just
pissed off,
hate it
and they have
because-
every right to be pissed off. I mean,
Yeah.
It's kind
I
of like
just
the
literally can't
McRib.
stomach the food. Like I get sick every single time I actually eat McDonald's.
was it Bill Burr
Yeah.
who
It's like-
did? Was it Bill Burr who called the McRib the single dad, or the absent father, or the deadbeat dad of McDonald's meals?
The McRib.
There's something really
Bro,
weird about
A
the
what?
McRib.
McGone for milk.
He called it the
A mixed
Harlem
cigarette.
Father. Is what he called it.
The what?
He called it the Harlem Father
Oh, okay.
because it only
Oh,
comes
God.
around half the year.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh
That was
boy,
his-
oh boy, oh boy. All right,
His joke,
continuing.
not mine.
Knowing that customers have grown tired of sticker shock for food, Chief Executive Officer Chris Kempczynski, I believe I said that right, said McDonald's would look to be laser focused on affordability. He's speaking on the company's first quarter earnings call late last month after profits fell short of expectations. Now, does this mean that being affordable means that they're going to start changing some things? Like their
No.
fries? They better not change their fries. I will never go back if they change their fries.
They'll lose everybody.
Right. to the streets.
No, here's what McDonald's is going to end up doing. They're going to end up embracing automation even more, especially when you've got places that are paying burger flippers $15 an hour to start out,
Or 20.
or 20.
Hey, hey! The very last time I was in a McDonald's, I was with Roma down in DC, and I tell you, there was legitimately nobody at the register. It was all just kiosks.
Yep. They're gonna embrace more of that, and they're even gonna automate more of. They're gonna automate as much of the cooking process as they can. They're gonna get the human element out of there because that's their biggest expense is payroll. So if they can eliminate more payroll, that's what they're gonna do. So thank you.
Yep.
So now all you people that have been bitching about living wages and universal basic income and all of that jazz. Okay, this is why your 16-year-old is still sitting in your house eating your groceries and playing fucking video games, Fallout and Halo Wars and all that bullshit.
Vidya.
And not out there getting a job because no one can afford to hire them.
I'm
They
feeling
took
attacked
our
right now.
jobs!
Like I'm feeling attacked right now because I play Fallout and Halo Wars. Come on, man.
I'm about to start playing
I know,
Fallout,
right?
actually.
How dare I play video games and eat my own groceries?
I work
So-
at home. I answer emails. Then play Fortnite.
No, but
So-
Brian's right though. Like I've been working since I was 14 and I haven't stopped since. And I'm not gonna say how long that's been.
Something
yes,
to bring up.
It's been decades.
The mywage.ca shows that Chris here makes $93,000 a day,
Wow.
$24 million a
What?
year.
Oh, so
Yep.
so are you asking? Is he going to give up some of his salary package to focus on that affordability?
Probably not,
Probably not.
Nope.
Probably not.
but just something else to put out there. That's all.
Oh
He
yeah.
literally makes close to my salary per day. That's
I mean,
like
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's
Isn't it?
insane.
what?
I apologize
How do I get
for the
that
rant,
job?
folks. I'm just supposed to push buttons over here.
All right,
Nah.
well, let's move on to our next story and the highlighted story of the day. This is from Cleveland19.com. Amazon delivery driver allegedly shoots and kills suspect armed carjacker in Cleveland. Police. An Amazon driver shot and killed an alleged armed carjacker on the west side Saturday afternoon. Police are still on the scene at West 48th Street and Franklin Boulevard in Cleveland. Police say that the Amazon driver is in the area working just after 4 p.m. when he was approached by the suspect who allegedly tried to carjack the Amazon worker at gunpoint. Police say the suspect got behind the wheel, and the police believe the suspect then crashed the Amazon vehicle. The Amazon worker shot the suspect at some point during the encounter. The suspect was then pronounced dead on the scene. West 48th Street is closed in the area, so if you live over there, good luck. Police say that this is a preliminary information and they are still investigating. Developing story, return 19 News for updates.
Man,
All
for
right,
the
so-
Amazon drivers are allowed to carry while on the job?
Okay, that's going to be the follow-up story tomorrow, T-Bone, because the follow-up story is this guy's going to lose his job at Amazon for having a gun in the vehicle. I guarantee
Right.
it.
Well,
So here's what I know. Most of the Amazon drivers are actually contractors.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're not.
Really?
They
This
don't
is true.
actually work for them. So it was the same thing when I worked for Samsung. For Samsung, I was a contractor, so therefore, like, there were no rules on etiquette inside of my vehicle because it was my own vehicle. But if it's an Amazon truck, however,
Mhm.
it could be different based on who's paying for that vehicle. Now,
Yeah, we
if
can look at the
Amazon is paying
photo
for that
here.
vehicle, then they can make the rules for it. But if you yourself are paying for that vehicle, you might have a case here. So,
but the thing is, if we're looking at the photo on screen here, it is an Amazon Flex driver. So they are under contract, and that is a personal vehicle.
Mm.
So
Exactly.
that is not
Okay.
an Amazon owned vehicle.
So, dude may keep
Mm.
his job.
Correct.
So I did a quick search though, and it did say that although Amazon delivery drivers are independent contractors rather than employees, they risk losing their jobs if they are discovered to be in possession of a firearm. Even if a delivery driver has a concealed carry permit, Amazon has a stringent policy restricting delivery drivers from carrying guns. And that was from the Silent Beacon back in December of 2022. I
that's
don't know
going
if
to
they've
change
changed
soon.
it since then. Yeah, exactly.
That is going to change soon. I
You know,
promise you that.
It ultimately it has to. It has to, Roma, because when you've got 28, 29 states in this country are constitutional carry states.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm very seriously considering getting a side gig as like a DoorDash or Uber Eats.
Uber Eats is good.
I'm very seriously considering doing that, and I guarantee you, if I do that, I'm gonna be fucking armed. So
Mhm.
it's another thing. I don't carry on my job at work. Company has very strict no on that. I understand that, but yeah,
Well, the main thing is there are no protections against stuff like this. So,
Right.
like, you can't sit there and say, all right, well, you're going to work for us, but you're going to use your own vehicle, and then we hold no liability or responsibility if anything happens to you in your vehicle, but you are liable for all the packaging and things that
Right.
you carry on
Right.
our behalf.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
what exactly are you trying to say here?
Yeah, and
That,
these
oh,
guys
the
are like
risk
a
is all
walking
on me?
target. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're are like a walking target. Like
the
my
correct
husband did
term.
a little bit of time, and he was in a subcontractor situation, and he did that, and he was put in some crazy areas in New York, and people were just staring at him like they were like clocking him whenever he came around, ready to rob him at any
Hey,
moment.
Remember, we did a story a couple weeks ago about the who was it? I think it was a DoorDash driver who not only was beat up, well, he was like trying to deliver, but they stole his vehicle.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
You remember that? So, so where are the protections for those people? Because
They're
I have a
running-
right to defend my life. Period. End
Exactly.
of discussion. Like, there is no rules that you can put in that can protect me from that. No, there's no life insurance policy. So exactly how are they going to do this? Because I promise you, if there's any lawyer or any litigation that goes on between Amazon and any of their drivers, this is going to be a top focus of topic.
Well, look at UPS
Absolutely.
and FedEx. In
Yep.
Chicago, they're considered nothing more than driving loot boxes.
Mm.
Yeah,
I wish I
pretty
was kidding.
That's
The
really
UPS
Because I know you're
driver-
not.
The UPS
No,
driver
that's really
and the
messed
FedEx
up.
driver said that they had a press conference about this in-house, saying like, if you're in these areas and you don't feel safe, skip it. Come back later. Like they
Wow.
have
Mhm.
straight up said, do not deliver if you feel endangered in Chicago area.
Oh, especially Chicago, yeah.
You know,
What do you say here? It's like taking care of mentally challenged people. Some companies have you use your personal vehicle and would issue mileage allotments.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
mine did that.
Yep.
There you go. All right, let's move on to CNBC.com. U.S. sounds alarm as thousands in Georgian capital protest Kremlin-style foreign influence bill. In fresh scenes of violence on a proposed foreign agents bill, hundreds of masked police officers clashed with protesters outside of Georgia's parliament in Tbilisi, and some demonstrators sought to block off lawmaker access to the building. So this is how they expected Americans to comply when they said masked.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The legislation calls for media outlets, nonprofits, and other non-governmental organizations to register as pursuing the interest of a foreign power if they receive more than 20% of their funding from abroad. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said it's all over the weekend that his U.S. was deeply alarmed about the Democratic backsliding in Georgia. So it's like an inward tariff on their own citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you guys think?
You know, with the internet and everything else that's going on right now, I mean, it's broadened the market for everybody to be able to make money. And you're basically telling your people, yeah, you can't do that anymore. It's if they wanted to do this, they needed to try and do it before the explosion of the internet age and social media. A little too late now.
Exactly. Well, I guess what's happening is too many regular everyday people are making too much money and having too much influence. And that's really what it's all about. I mean, a lot of people talk about, oh, these guys are making money. No, it's about influence. If you have too much influence, the people that are the influential have a problem with that if you don't follow their rules, or their silent rules.
You mean like these OF? You mean like these OF models and these singers and songwriters and people like that?
Yeah, everywhere. All different industries. I mean, they're like you said, music industry,
any industry that has
foreign
a key
industry,
any key holding industry. So whether it's music, whether it's television, movies, the tobacco industry, alcohol industry, like all of these when they say big in front of the name, that's what we're talking about.
We should also clarify that this is the country, Georgia, not the state.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
My keyword was parliament, and I'm like, I know our Georgia doesn't have a parliament.
Right.
Exactly.
Context clues.
Right. Thousands of people took the streets in Georgia's capital on Monday as a part of a last-ditch attempt to prevent the country's government from passing a controversial Kremlin-style law of foreign influence. In fresh scenes of violence over the proposed bill, hundreds of masked police officers clashed with protesters outside of Georgia's parliament in Tbilisi. Is that how did I say that right? Tbilisi.
We don't recognize the country. Keep going.
Yeah. Apparently, it's a state. As some demonstrators sought to block off lawmakers' access to the building. Okay, so we get it. So basically, they're going to overtax for having international influence come into their country, which is dumb because now you're hindering the ability for people to grow.
Yeah.
I mean, with what the Americans kind of exporting in the form of culture, I almost don't blame them.
Yeah. Pretty much. All right. Let's move on to Elizabeth's favorite news site, the New York Post. Video shows panic in church packed with kids after a teen armed with a rifle tries to storm the service. At First Communion service in Louisiana erupted in panic when a 16-year-old armed with a rifle attempted to storm the church through a back door. But parishioners spotted the teen and swarmed him, holding him outside until police arrived to arrest him. The terrifying scene unfolded at St. Mary's Magdalene Catholic Church in Abbeville, which was full of parents with young children who were there for the rite of passage in the church. The incident was streamed live on the church's website Saturday morning as Nicholas G. Dupree led the faithful prayer from the altar. In the dramatic video, parishioners seated at pews toward the front of the church can be seen nervously glancing behind them as the commotion began about 48 minutes into the service. Seconds later, an unidentified man wearing a suit approaches Dupree mid-sentence and whispers something in his ear, at which point he calmly asks the room to join him in reciting the Hail Mary. The scene grew louder and more chaotic as the prayer echoed through the crowd chamber, punctuated by screams of some of the approximately 60 children there to receive the First Communion. Amid the uproar, altar boys nervously stepped into view of the elevated sanctuary behind the priest to gawk at the disruption as the clergy knelt behind the communion table, appeared to take cover. At least 2 armed officers can be seen in the footage, including one with a rifle as they swept the church for additional threats. Parishioners began scooping up the children and vacating the church as the unidentified man's voice came over the loudspeaker, urging parents to just get a hold of your child and slowly exit the building. Get a hold of your child and slowly exit the building.
Yeah. We're
I'm
seeing
mixed
this
on this
way
one.
too much. It's a little nuts now. And I'm starting to wonder if it's more organized, kind of like how we're seeing all these protesting and stuff like that. They're just like, sending people to do these kind of things, because we're seeing it all over the world.
This is totally random. There's no larger force at work here coordinating these type of incidents. What are you talking about, Elizabeth?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
only
Everything
thing I
just
can
happens
think
in a
of-
random.
The only thing I can think of is I'm wondering if this is a pro-Palestine teenager. Because if it was, trans kid, they would have said something.
Right.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
they didn't. So I don't know.
Mhm. That makes
Also,
a lot of
they
sense.
gave us nothing about would-be attempted shooter. We know nothing except it's just a person, a young man. That's it.
16-year-old man. Yeah.
I guess because they're a minor, right? So they don't
Probably.
really say. But then, of course, when they don't say, we kind of get an idea of
Yeah.
what category they might be put into.
It's
We'll
funny.
see.
A lot of people are not. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not taking this anymore. I wonder if there's going to be a lot of this happening. As the elections start rolling around the corner.
Oh, you know it.
And if
was
that's
that
the case, exactly, because if that's the case, then will you start seeing an uptick in security,
Yeah.
armed security at different churches, even though, there's going to be certain groups of people that are like, oh, well, you're supposed to be a place of peace, this, that, and yada, yada, yada. There's war in the
Bro.
Bible.
Yep.
Right.
Like, hush your mouth.
Right.
But
You
so
have to
I
be able to
go-
protect yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Because I go to a very large non-denominational church to the point that we actually have off-guard police officers with us every Sunday. We hold 4 services.
Yeah.
And we have like civilian cops that will help do the traffic, but no, we always have an armed guard. Like we have armed police at our church, and not only that, but we have specifically men in the church who stand at the 2 back entrances that lead to the stage, and they kind of stand as guards over the congregation. If anybody tries to get through those back doors, the pastors come in and out of those doors to get to their cars. But no, yeah, it's we take it seriously.
I wonder if they're going to start doing, because you know how they keep the doors open right throughout the service, so that way if anybody runs in late, it's like you're never late for church, you can always come in. But they might start locking these doors.
Yeah, they might.
That's what they did at my church. But at the other church that I go to, there are armed guys that have their blinkies on them. And I mean, the people know who they are, but they don't really let everybody else know that they're armed. And I think that's what we need to have in the future. We need to have armed people at these churches, because man, it's messed up that people are doing all of this horrible killings, horrible mass shootings, and you just need to be more safe.
Well,
You
so
might see
years
a-
ago,
I have a
Mhm.
counter argument. What if
Yeah.
instead of paying for security, you just require all the congregation to be armed?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
You
We
know?
might see a rise of like something like the Knights Templar again.
The
No, my dad
demon
would
may
do that.
enter, but the
The-
Holy Spirit of the congregation shall make him Swiss cheese.
See,
The-
I told you were musical.
It would be the Mandalorian confession.
Yeah.
I want to see
Oh
a preacher
my
holding an M234.
You make him in a sinner, but he's gonna leave a holy man.
Oh,
The Lord has blessed this pistol.
Has it?
Baptize a belt of
Bro,
fed.
ma.
Just belt. Just I can just imagine, like, all right, bring forth your magazines. We shall blessed these bullets.
I'm telling you, man.
all right, we're
Oh
having a little too much. We're having too much fun. Let's move on.
Yes,
All right. This is from WUNC.org. UNC Chapel Hill votes to divert DEI funding, redirecting it to campus public safety. Yes.
I
White
guess
pill.
a bot means board of trustees, not some bot that runs the university.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
Like
thank
most universities. The UNC Chapel Hill Board of Trustees have voted to divert $2.3 million away from diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and into public safety. The unanimous vote occurred as a special Board of Trustees meeting Monday morning. Is unclear the diversion of funds would lead to layoffs. Marty Kotis is the vice chair of the board budget and finance committee, which initially introduced and passed the flex cut amendment, with citing specific examples he called DEI programs discriminatory and divisive. Quote,
Good.
Wow.
I think that DEI in a lot of people's minds is decisiveness, inclusion, and indoctrination.
I
exclusion.
mean, where's the lie?
Where is the lie?
I mean, if by its very definition, if you're highlighting one over the other, you're excluding the other from the conversation. So you're not being inclusive, guys. Just so you know.
I'm
It's
going
anti-racist.
to Command C and save this right here. And I'm going to use this from here on out
Mhm.
in every single DEI message. All right. According to UNC Chapel Hill Office and Diversity Inclusion, their mission is to create and sustain a diverse, inclusive, and welcoming environment for all students, faculty, alumni, and random people on the street that want to create a disturbance over Palestine. Kotis and other board members said it was important. Yeah, that wasn't added in there. I added that myself. Kotis and other board members said it was important to have additional funding for public safety to protect the campus from groups that disrupt the university's operations. Many members specifically mentioned recent pro-Palestine demonstrations, there it is, on campus last month.
Yep.
Police detained more than 30 people in an encampment where protesters removed the U.S. flag and replaced it with a Palestine one. Yeah, that's what's going to happen to you. Anyways, let's move on because we got 5 minutes and 3 stories.
Oh.
Next is for WisconsinInWatch.org. Wisconsin Supreme Court output plummets. The Wisconsin Supreme Court is back in action Monday morning, hearing oral arguments in yet another politically charged case that will put the high court at the center of Wisconsin politics. This time, the justices heard lawyers grapple over the use of unstaffed absentee ballot drop boxes, a ballot return method employed by clerks across Wisconsin during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic that was outlawed in 2022 by then conservative-controlled state Supreme Court. The lawsuit is the latest in growing list of high-profile cases taken on by the court this term that have garnered widespread public attention, including the case that resulted in new legislative maps and another that could further shift the balance of power in the Capitol. And while the justices have been in mainstay in headlines for the past 10 months, it's not because they've taken a flood of cases. In fact, the court will decide stunningly unparalleled few cases this term, according to tally from Alan Ball, and Marquette University professor and court watcher. Yeah, so the thing is that everybody knows the game now. All right, we all know what happened in Michigan, in Wisconsin, in all of these places in the last couple of years, or I would say in the 2020 election. Mm-hmm. So they're now holding their ground and saying, all right, well, there's no COVID, there's no, issues right now. There's no reason for us to have these things.
Right. You can't scream emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
You cannot scream emergency. We've got the whole bird flu thing coming up right now, but I'm telling you, nobody's going to buy it.
Yeah.
No,
it doesn't have legs.
Nobody's going to buy it. And honestly, okay, the state Supreme Court not hearing a lot of cases. Is that a bad thing? I mean, I don't know the whole dynamics of politics in the state of Wisconsin, but I mean, I'm always in favor of government doing less. So,
Word up.
Love it.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on. This is Scanner.com by Chris Bertman. Journalists debanked by Bank of America without reason. Ooh. Christina Urso. Everyone should withdraw their funds from Bank of America if they bank with them and take their business somewhere else. Independent journalist Christina Urso's Bank of America account was terminated on Monday without notice. Urso, who goes by Radix Vernum on social media, said her account had been terminated by Bank of America's risk department for no apparent reason. Quote, I have been with them for years. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of, okay. Oh, I got to read this part too. Urso wrote in an X thread believing her account termination was related to reporting and documentary on Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer's alleged 2020 kidnapping attempt titled Kidnap and Kill, an FBI Terror Plot. They won't tell me why. They won't allow me to access my bank account or the funds. Urso said Bank of America has informed her to be on the lookout for a check in the mail with her final balance, though she was not given a time frame for the arrival of her funds. I am traveling at the end of the month for my documentary. Now I have no funds, she continued. This is exactly what happened to Andrew Tate.
Didn't it also happen to James O'Keefe?
Yep.
Oh,
And
wow.
PayPal tried to do something like this, where they
They
tried
did
to
that with
find
the-
customers.
I
Yeah.
think they did that with the Daily Caller, didn't they?
But here's
Oh,
the thing.
yeah.
She number one, it's weird that she only has one account. But but like Andrew Tate and James O'Keefe have multiple accounts.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
all of them were shut down all at the same time.
Ooh.
Like that is
Well,
not a
That's
that's
intentional.
not a coincidence.
Oh, yeah.
It's like when they can't. Well, they did cancel when they canceled Sargon of Akkad. They took his his Patreon. They shut him out of his Patreon. He got banned on Twitter. He got kicked off of YouTube. He got completely demonetized on YouTube. They left him on YouTube. They just demonetized. They just completely fucking demonetized him, and it all happened within a matter of hours.
Ooh.
And I mean, most people have their funds in it, like in a bank. You use a credit card, you use your debit card, or whatever. You know, very few people use cash, but they want to do away with cash entirely for these kind of reasons. So that way, they have this kind of hold over people, and this is very scary. This type of stuff is wild.
This is what I would say. I don't know if this would work, but if this happens to anyone else, I would immediately file for a FOIA request
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and be like, okay, you got 90 days, MFers. Let's figure out exactly why you did this.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
There
because
was
somebody
also
has to,
something
because if they
else.
all just did it all at once, then you're leaving the banks out to dry for a massive lawsuit.
Well, I wonder if credit unions
So-
are probably better. I mean, not saying that they do this, but I wonder if it's just safer to be with a credit union than a for-profit bank.
More likely because there's no incentive for a credit union to do that
Yeah.
if you have money
Right.
in the bank.
Right.
So, all right, and then our last story again from Scanner.com
Simp.
by the
Ah.
lovely Anna Claire Brimlow.
There
Wait,
it is.
What? What?
Gotta do her justice.
Get it, girl.
The queen of justice. No, I'm just kidding. Kansas governor vetoes fetus child support bill. This is another blatant attempt by extreme politicians in the legislature to take more control over women. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, Governor Laura Kelly vetoed a bill that would have permitted child support payment claims to be filed for unborn children at any time after the date of conception. Now, I'm going to read that back, but slowly. vetoed a bill that would have permitted child support payment claims to be filed for unborn children at any time after the date of conception.
You mean not a
So,
clump of cells? Or
Are you
Wow.
saying that?
Hey.
I mean, I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
No, right? Where's Dave Chappelle? Gotcha, bitch. Anyways,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
all
Yeah.
right. So I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. I just wanted to say Hannah's name. But anyways, let's
Yeah.
move on.
And that's why I dropped it.
Hey,
All right, are we ready?
Biddy, throw some bacon on this. I want to explore this more Saturday.
I got you, sir.
Thank you.
Bacon. That's right. I got the bacon pants on.
And if you're like not understanding what he's talking about, just come see us 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Leftovers show, where we go over everything left in the fridge, as well as Be or Not,
Flip
the
side. of
other
it.
side,
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
flip side,
Which
and
it's
caption
past,
this.
it's past time.
It is
Oh.
past time.
We don't have T-Bone. We don't have T-Bone here, but fortunately, I consulted none of my co-hosts on this. So, unless you see something blatant, you got to recuse yourself.
Okay.
But I'll go through these real quickly so you can create the poll. And guys, when I'm when I'm doing this, my first goal is to try to stump the audience and split the audience. Sometimes that's not always possible, so I'll just go for funny. Today is one of those days I'm mainly going for the funny, because the real B headline is going to jump out like a sore thumb. I admit this. Yeah.
I'm ready for you.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
Here we go. Headline number 1. Howard Stern accepts Jerry Seinfeld's apology. Headline number 2. Oh, shit. That's headline number 3. Damn it. Where'd headline number 2 go? Ah, here we go. Headline number 2. Duke University graduates walk out ahead of Jerry Seinfeld's commencement address. Headline number 3. Organizer of walkout against Jerry Seinfeld revealed.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know that you had 3. Hold on. I'm gonna do 1. Could you read number 2 one more time?
I got it.
Oh, you got
Everyone-
it? You got the poll? All right, go ahead.
Mhm.
Okay.
Got it?
Beautiful.
You got it?
Go on.
Tornado till 7:15. Bumper
Really?
down now. That's what they did. Just went out.
Hold on. So apparently I may or
boy.
may not have a tornado nearby.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, hold on.
Seek shelter if you need to.
Keep your camera rolling, though.
Okay, yep, sorry. No, tornado warning in Cumberland County. I'm going to step away for a minute. Y'all have fun.
Okay.
All right, be
All right.
careful.
Prayers.
Yes.
Really?
All right.
Really? I see where this poll is going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Co-hosts. Romo, what do you think? No, Rum. No, not you.
Nope, not me. Yeah, you don't want me to do this.
No.
Nah.
Okay. Okay, Biddy, walk me through your thought process on this.
I don't know. I thought I was gonna have to recuse myself because I did see something about Jerry Seinfeld, but these are all different, so I don't know what it's going with. But I feel like if somebody that walked out on Jerry Seinfeld, that they would figure out who it was, they would post that. The Duke graduates walk out. I mean, that's something that would be a headline. So like I doubt Jerry Seinfeld would apologize to Howard Stern. So that's why I think that that's the B.
Okay, wow.
He's not an apology person.
Wow. Fuck, I fooled everybody.
Oh,
Poll's over. Rama, your thoughts. I think you're the one vote who got it right.
Yes. I'm going to have to say number C.
But okay, so audience members, I'm sorry, but you lost bigly.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Howard Stern
What?
Howard Stern accepts Jerry Seinfeld's apology. It wasn't really that big a deal. Basically, Seinfeld called Howard Stern a has-been, a hack. He doesn't understand where comedy is. What he said he doesn't think Seinfeld or Stern understands what's funny. And then Seinfeld walked it back, and then and Stern's like, it's not a big deal. But listen, guys, you know who the organizer? Of course, everybody knew there were protests at fucking UNC. Everybody knew that. But you know who was behind it? You know who the mastermind was? It was none other than Newman.
No.
Yes.
They did it.
I had a feeling it was one of those photo gags.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's
was
great.
Dennis Nedry.
That's great.
So,
Oh, Lynch.
dang, I thought I was doing the one thing. I accomplished the other. So,
It's when you least expect it.
So all I do is win, win, win.
Hey! Go, Brian. Go, Brian. It's your B day.
All right. So, hey, do you want to hit any more of these? Because we got a ton of stories to get through, Rama. What do you think? You want to hit a couple of more, or are we so short on time we need to jump in to caption this?
I guess I can do that. Let me pull up another tab here. Give me just a minute. Pull you there, you over here, like so. And then there we go. All right. Let's see. What do I want to do next? Let's go with this one and this one. These are kind of similar. So let's go with the Hill story. Let's start with that one and then the New York Post with Pelosi.
Speaker
Yeah.
Johnson rails against Trump trial outside New York courthouse. That one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This was actually, if you guys watch Benny Johnson, which by the way, he will be on this Thursday, and then I am getting my question in for that.
Oh, sweet.
This, you should have heard Byron Donald and Vivek Ramaswamy. They were all inside of the courtroom today, and then they all came out and spoke out against it. They had some pretty harsh words for the Democrats and a stern warning.
What?
Yeah,
I missed it actually.
They are going for blood now.
Mm-hmm.
good.
It's
I mean, it's about time. They
Yeah.
needed to gain like a spine. I mean, what the heck are we doing here? You could stand on principles and try to
Mhm.
act like, the bigger people in every situation, or we can actually get some stuff done.
and all these people showed up, so Johnson had to show up.
Oh,
He had
yeah.
no other choice
Oh yeah.
because he's representing not just Republicans but all of Congress.
Mhm.
So here we go. Speaker Johnson rails against Trump trial outside New York courthouse. Speaker Mike Johnson railed against former President Trump's hush money trial in remarks outside the Manhattan courthouse Tuesday, becoming the highest-ranking lawmaker to visit Trump in New York amid the ongoing legal proceedings. Johnson, who appeared alongside Trump in the courthouse hallway before delivering a statement outside, slammed the case against the former president as, quote, election interference, arguing prosecutors are trying to keep him off the campaign trail amid his race against President Biden. They have to do this. They have to do this because all the other cases are done.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
They are done. I'm telling you, over the next month or so, they're going to just dismiss all of those other cases. Now,
Oh.
I personally felt that the classified documents case is where they were going to get him because there was no information, there was nothing that came out. But
Right.
if you watched Roman Nation the last 2 weeks, you would find out about everything that happened with NARA and how they screwed up all of the documents and basically
Basically, it all
what would you call it?
well, basically it all falls apart because chain of custody.
Yep.
It all-
Which nobody else knew.
yeah.
Everybody knew the documents were at Mar-a-Lago. Everybody knew that these documents existed, but
Mhm.
But
all
how
the
did
stuff
they
in
get there?
between,
How did
How
they
did they
get
get
there?
there? Nobody
Exactly.
knew.
Yep.
Every piece of evidence, everything that they tried to throw at them, you have to be able to walk it back, and it just kept getting stopped every single time in every case, not just in this case. Everything that they brought, it was just good in face value, but whenever you had to actually go through it and prove it and say where it all came from, it just got crushed. So that I mean, come on, you can't be that dumb. You can't be that dumb. All of this was a sham. This was just to smear his name, drag it through the mud, get it as close to election season as possible, election day as possible. But it's like such a mess.
Yeah, exactly. But but yeah, I'm glad that I was able to get out how that process worked, and then how it worked for other presidents. But for some reason, it just didn't work this time. Now, where I thought something was fishy was when they were talking about how he stuffed documents down his pants. But once they told me that there were like 6 pallets worth of information there, I was like, he put 6 pallets worth of information in his trousers.
That's
That's
one
big.
USB drive. Come on now.
I mean, I'd be at a circus being like, "Hey, people, look at me!" But
Well, I remember. Well, this was about Trump, right? That he stuffed it in his pants. Didn't somebody like in the primaries from 2016 try to say that he
no.
had small hands?
Yeah.
So I guess this debunks that.
little Vienna sausages.
Can't have both. You either got big
Yeah.
pants or you don't.
Funny story. Like I remember back, Sandy Berger, who was Clinton's national security advisor, he was accused of stuffing classified documents from the National Archives down in his pants. There was a civilian contract intel analyst down in that worked at Fort Gordon. Well, it's not. I think it's Fort Eisenhower now, Georgia. There's a huge intelligence activity down there. She's a contractor. She got busted for sneaking out classified documents that allegedly she stuffed in her pantyhose, which I find difficult to believe because I've lived down in Georgia for a while, and this is going on in the summertime. I guarantee even the most professional of women do not wear pantyhose.
Yeah, and if you do, you're not putting anything that has sharp edges near it. So
Nope.
It's too damn.
you could just throw that out.
It's too damn hot for that shit down there. So, anyway, I just random thought that went through my head. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Let's move on to the New York Post. This is Nancy Pelosi yet again reveals Democrats' disdain for average Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Do Democrats have a contempt for Americans who aren't part of the richest 1% or don't live in cities on the coast? This query comes from former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, made outrageous comment during a recent Oxford Union debate, calling those who may see themselves as part of the populist movement just poor unfortunate souls who are looking for some answers.
Oh, you peasants. Like
Exactly. So she's not talking about regular everyday people. She's talking about me. She's talking about Biddy.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking about Crimson. She's talking
no,
about
she
Goliath.
didn't.
Oh, no, she did not. All right. So, anyways, I think it's time.
All right. Well, there's a photo that T-Bone submitted.
Graciously
submitted. Let me get it in the
Oh,
chat for
man.
y'all.
Oh, I got
Oh,
one.
Fluffy's wheels are turning.
Oh Lord, that can't be good.
You got it in the chat, Brian, or you want me to? I got it right here.
It's uploading now, or trying to.
Fluffy and I were on the same page,
Are you sure? Because that wasn't me.
right? Oh wait, that is. Oh, never mind. That was Rick.
This one's mine.
It might just be slow, so I just posted it.
ATF is coming with that gay shit again. I can.
Oh, this is great.
Oh shit! Sanasi's crashed the party. He's good.
Oh, we might have
Oh,
a quip
man.
off.
He's got a head start too. You got to see a bunch of them.
Oh, Rick, I like that one. That's good. Get it 20 for me for that one.
Vashnik's got my 20. Yeah, my brain went into Narnia territory with this one.
Man, another good one could be the gerbil and witness protection.
Oh, these are beautiful.
That ain't your granddaddy's weed.
Sorry, YouTube, that you can't see these captions. We will be reading them for you, though. They're good.
Oh man. This is why this is my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, this is great.
Oof. Stiffy coming in here strong too.
Oh, geez, Stephanie.
Oh, these are bad. Oh man, here we go. Yep. You usually have to wait after about 10 captions, and then they
They start flowing.
Camera off.
then we have to put a advisory on our content.
Put your kids in the other room.
Yeah, because I will be reading these in about 30 seconds. So
During that 30 seconds, we can hit on this one real fast. The New York Post. This
Oh,
one
yeah.
I found hilarious. OnlyFans model flashes the New York City Dublin portal as
Oh.
organizers try in vain to stop gross behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being on the other side of that portal and being like, "Look, boobies!
Yep.
I didn't have to pay for it."
Well, supposedly people on day one were already holding up their phones and like showing like images and videos of 9/11 and
But
porn.
that was
and
because
all-
somebody in New York showed their asshole to somebody.
Oh my
jeez.
goodness.
Oh, wow.
We can't have.
This
nice
is
That's why we
things.
can't
No,
have nice
yeah.
things.
Exactly.
all
There's
right.
really not much more to the story. That's why it's like, yeah, this is an easy one to throw.
Yep. Perfect.
That's funny. All right, so let's go ahead and get these started. All right, so here's for caption this: Groundhog Day now celebrated on 420.
I love that one. That's cute.
So this is why winter didn't end until May. The Golden Age of Narnia. The ATF is coming with that gay shit again. I can smell it.
And he looks like he's like my ew.
He's like,
Yeah.
yes. I can
Dang,
smell
what's
it."
going on out here? Why
Love
do
it.
I want to frame all of these captionless photos? Like, I love all of them. They're so great.
I know. This is what Gandalf feared Bilbo would turn into from use of the ring.
Uh-oh.
Master Splinter, pre-New York Sewer.
I like that one.
Aslan, pass the bong. This ain't your granddaddy's weed. Richard Gere gerbils after retirement.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. We're
If
trying
you're
to
over
Oh,
30.
no.
we're trying
You
to keep
probably
this
do.
family friendly, Vashnik. Come on now.
That ship has sailed.
In my day, we went on adventures. We didn't chop our off.
Hmm.
Stop.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And from an old Renaissance text, I named them Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. Let's see, what else we got here? Gerbil the Grey, wondering why Sam and Frodo haven't returned from Krasenstein's buttholes of doom.
Oh
thinking
my
that-
god.
Gosh.
I think that's our winner right there. I'll just honestly.
Wow.
God.
I just. Jeez Louise.
Oh, wait, I got another
we
one
might have
here.
to share this on Twitter.
I don't think there. I don't even think there's a need
X.
for a poll.
I don't think so either, except for this one. This is Tim living in a van down by the river.
Just grow out the beard so you can stay incognito.
Oh, man.
Let's go up. Yeah, I think that's way in the lead. I'm like going up the chat just to see.
Let's see. Punxsutawney Phil, after doing DMT and shrooms with Ian on Groundhog Day, quote, I should have went with the weed that Snoop Dogg had instead.
I'm trying too hard.
Yeah, he finally ditched the beanie. That's funny. Yeah, this is there's a clear winner on this one.
No need for a
All right,
poll.
then.
No need for a poll.
Yes!
Lynch mob.
My boy Lynch.
Congratulations.
Lynch
Oh,
the meme
man.
maker. Wait, stop chatting. I'm trying to copy and paste. Like I keep
chat
trying to grab
faster.
it and it's like I'm like, stop it. Oh,
No, man. This is great. This is great.
yeah, this was a good photo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Lynch is like, he finally broke through the mold. Man, it's been like 4 months.
I tried so hard.
Oh, man. Do we need to bring him up? We should bring him up.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All
let him
right,
say his
let's
thing.
do it. Come take your first victory lap.
Uh-oh.
Oh, can we hear him?
Are you on mobile Lynch? Oh, there you go.
Yellow.
Yellow.
There he is.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
I did it.
man.
You
Thank
did.
you. Thank you. I want to thank God, first of all. My parents, my kids. There's so many. I just thank you so much.
Oh,
God bless
It means a
you.
lot to me.
Hey,
you did it.
while you're up here, Lynch, is there anything you want to shout out?
I will always shout out News Chat.
Yep.
Anytime you guys want to be a caller and you don't have just the perfect thing in your head or you're kind of wondering, I could literally make like 20 questions. So there's material on News Chat. Anytime you want to call in, check out News Chat and you will definitely find some material question.
That's a good tip.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Get those call-ins. We don't have the announcement yet, but get those call-ins early because they usually get the 4 or sometimes 5, but usually the 4 like before 9.
And listen, I can tell you from experience, if you got a good question, you throw it in call in, Lynch starts a thread on it, 9 times out of 10, it's going to get in. So,
Mhm.
Yeah. Same with Brian. Yeah.
I was trying to be humble here, Lynch.
I'm not gonna take all the credit. I mean, it's
Well,
team
Well,
effort.
you're definitely taking all the credit right now for capturing this today. That's
Absolutely.
for sure.
Congratulations, man.
I've been trying so hard. Like I'm usually driving, and Aaron's like stealing all the shine. So finally, man, I'm so excited.
All the stars aligned.
And you guys know, I miss posting memes in the IRL chat so bad that it's just
Yeah.
it just just an extra little sparkle to me today.
Little tear to your
Awesome.
eye.
All right.
All right.
It's getting down
All
to
right,
that
Lynch.
time.
Well, congratulations on your first victory. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a wonderful win for you. And for this weekend, we have our runoff on The Leftovers with Biddy and Brian.
That's
All
me.
right. All right. Congratulations. All right. So it's that time at the end of the show. We go ahead and do our shout outs. I'll go ahead and start. We got the final episode of season 1 of Roman Nation this weekend. It's going to be Constitutional Corner HR 6090. So you don't want to miss out. Biddy, what do you got?
Yeah, so thank you, YouTube, for watching. We love having you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're always alerted to any new videos we drop on this channel. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Beautiful. All right. Fluffy, what you got?
So I guess follow me somewhere on the internet. Just look up the Fluffy Hobo Show. I'm on the internet.
Perfect. Perfect show.
Perfect. All right. Crimson, what you got?
Thank you all. You are absolutely amazing people. You are uniquely made and uniquely loved, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening.
Thank you for telling me I'm autistic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We already knew this.
Oh,
That's
we're all
fair.
on the spectrum here. All right, Brian, it is 6:59. You know what to do.
Yeah, we've gone on too long, so get the hell off my lawn. Stay on the sidewalk. The Pretard Cast is next, but we'll keep the YouTube up going a little bit, but not very long. So anyway, yeah, I got to end this stage.
Great show, you guys.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. That was some good shit right there. Oh my,
Yep,
sounds
yep.
so myself.
Sorry I had to dip. So like my husband burst in. He was like, "No, there's like a tornado warning like right now," and I'm like,
I know. I'm over here
What?
trying to like keep the smile on,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn, Crimson could be like flying up into the sky right now. We're over here just going along with the show.
"With these anchors? Nah, I ain't going nowhere."
Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go. I don't want to
Okay.
leave Snarski by himself.
Bye.
Later, you guys.
Bye.
Later. Okay, I am gonna
You,
go.
you
ahead.
heard me, Crimson. I was like, keep your camera on. I want to see.
Yeah, I did too. Well, I looked at the path, and luckily, it obviously doesn't sound like it came near our neighborhood, but
Okay, I'm
the
stopping
path